Have you ever wondered if custom IEMs are worth it? Well, there are some that aren't as expensive as you think. Let's take a closer look at the ACS Evoke2s, an option that breaks all the rules for IEMs, let alone budget-friendly custom IEMs. Custom-molded IEMs might seem intimidating. They're pricey, difficult to get, and maybe even unnecessary for some starting out. But ACS has flipped the narrative with the Evoke2s, offering a professional, affordable entry into the world of custom in-ears. I've used these for 4 or 5 gigs now, directly comparing them to my Ultimate Ears UE7s, a £1,000 investment. While they're very different in terms of fit and tone, the Evoke2 holds its own surprisingly well. So whether you're a drummer, bassist, vocalist or guitarist, this video will help you decide if they're right for you. When you buy the ACS Evoke2s for £250, here's what you get. First of all, you get a voucher to visit a local audiologist for your custom molds. This makes the process really easy and it's included in the price, so you don't have to worry about any extra expense. You can go to a local Boots, but of course it's better if you have a music specialist audiologist because they can use little spacers that you hold in between your teeth that allow you to get a much better fit if you're a vocalist. You also get a really nice high quality zip case, which is much better than what you get from some competitors. In the case you get the wax pick and the comfort cream for those who find it tricky to insert the molds. Be warned though, the cream can make things quite slippery and the sensation isn't everyone's favourite. And you also get this little black case. This is the Revivo 2 and it's a bit of a game changer. It uses a UV light, a fan and some silica gel to remove moisture and bacteria from your IEMs. Not only does this prevent ear infection, but it also extends the lifespan of your gear by reducing oxidation. Shure users, you know the pain of the dreaded green cable. This box could have saved you. Evoke 2 has a dark mid-heavy tone. This might seem a little underwhelming at first, especially compared to its competitors, but here's the magic. On stage, the subdued high ends means you're not overwhelmed by cymbals or crash frequencies bleeding into your mix. This results in a cleaner, more controlled mix that doesn't leave your ears ringing after a gig. However, the mid-range focus can make these IEMs feel a little bit muddy. You'll probably find yourself raising your vocals or your instrument in your mix, especially if you compare these to the much brighter Shure SE425s. These are probably more along the lines of the West tones, and that tone can sound really good depending on what instrument you're playing. For example, drummers and bassists will probably love this sound straight out of the gate. Where the Evoke 2 really shines is its sound isolation. Thanks to the custom silicone molds, you'll experience far less bleed than with universal fits like the SE425, or the budget options like the KZ, which I find bleed far too much. This allows you to keep your mix at a lower volume, preserving your hearing in the long run, even if you need to boost your instruments that little bit higher than you were hoping. Let's talk about bang for your buck. The Shure SE425 is a fantastic universal IEM priced at £235, but adding custom molds like the Snugs and you're looking at an extra £170, bringing the total to over £400. In contrast, the ACS Evoke 2 give you a custom mold and the Revivo 2 box for £250, offering incredible value for first time buyers. And for the price of the SE425 and the Snugs, you could be getting the custom molded ACS Engaged. These are dual driver still, but they're crossed over much closer to the SE425s, and you get your Revivo 2 box as well. Sound-wise, the SE425s are brighter and they have much better separation because of this, which may suit vocalists and guitarists better. The Evoke, on the other hand, favours bassists and drummers with its darker tone and excellent isolation. If you're thinking long term, the Evoke 2 offers a more affordable route into custom in-ear monitors without sacrificing too much in quality, so it may well be worth a look. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want more content on audio gear, then hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for updates. I've got more reviews and comparisons coming your way, so I hope to see you on the next video. In the last 4 gigs, I've swapped between my ACS and my Ultimate Ears, and here's what stood out. The UE7's hard acrylic shell feels very different from the soft silicone of the Evoke 2. While the silicone moulds are more forgiving, they can take a bit longer to get adjusted to, and really getting that fit around your ear canal can be quite tricky because they move a little bit, whereas your solid acrylic doesn't move at all when you're trying to get it into place. The tone is probably the biggest separator between these two IEMs. The UE7 offers pristine separation and clarity, but the Evoke2's isolation meant that I could hear my mix clearly without blasting the volume, a huge plus for saving my hearing. And the biggest difference is most definitely the cost. The Evokes cost £250 and it isn't really trying to compete with these higher end models, but it delivers far more than its price suggests, so I think it's well worth a look if you're looking for IEMs in that sort of price range. If you're a drummer or a bassist, I'd recommend these without hesitation. The dark tone suits these instruments perfectly, the isolation minimises stage noise, and they generally fit really well for the sound that you would want to get out of your instrument. For vocalists or guitarists, they're still a pretty solid choice, but you'll likely want to upgrade to something like the ACS Engage or even higher end IEMs for better separation and brightness. However, the mid-heavy tone can sound really good on guitars too. You just end up pushing it in your ears that little bit more. So, are the ACS Evoke2s worth it? Absolutely. If you're stepping into custom IEMs for the first time, they're affordable, comfortable, and offer excellent isolation, making them a fantastic entry point for any musician. I'd really avoid the models with the ambient filter due to these IEMs' dark tone. It might be fine on the bigger models, but unless you're still using amps on stage, I feel like you're going to be fighting the acoustic volume too much, and that could cause even more hearing damage if you go for this option. But I totally get that people want to feel more in the room, and maybe it would work, but I would again go for maybe the Engage and upwards if you want that acoustic edition. The great thing about these Evokes is actually they can be bought at a lot of mainstream retailers, and you can just take the voucher to a Boots or a local audiologist and they'll just whip up a mould ready for you to order your ACS customs without any issue. Got any questions or experience with custom IEMs? Drop them in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.